to sum this up, okay, sum this up, I do think that this is what it says: summation of forces for all of this. You think? Um, I would like you to think about it. Okay, you're going to submit it on Saturday. It's a good thing to discover things. Okay, thank you for that, Malati, for bringing that up. But I would like to challenge you again. Uh, you know, repetitive things taken from another reference is okay. Okay, you know, you can devise a lot of things taken from older examples, and that you can learn from there. But to me, if it's not the usual thing, becomes that becomes something to you. Okay, maybe you can think more. How are we going to analyze this? Okay, notice that notice that we are just talking. We're just talking about in our example one particular for all columns on floor. Summation of P sub C for all columns on floor. Now, there's another. What about this? How do we treat this? Let's, let's analyze. So view considered sway. Considered sway. So how do we deal with this? Is this the temporary one?
Ah, pakuha daw po si mami muna ng isa.
May bora?
Yan.
Piece of view, not considered sway. How do we analyze it? How do we can analyze this? Okay, I'll give you another. You submit that one to me on. Okay, I'm going to have another container for this. I'm going to. Okay. Wednesday, Friday. Is that 13? Just try, okay? You just try. Thank you, Malate. Thank you for that. You know, it's a very important thing that you have to talk. Malate, Fabias, and a lot more of you really talk. It's very important because, as I've said, to me, we've been doing face to face for 21 years already, and that to me, when we are doing online, I cannot see any difference. The the only thing is that the only thing that I see that is really affected is the engagement of the student. That's the only one. Okay, that's the only one that I see, and that is the reason why I kept asking to ask questions so that we can have a conversation, we can have a discussion, not merely a discussion that I have initiated. I have studied it already. Okay, so I think there's not so much on that. Okay, but what is important is that what is that comes out from your mind. Say, for example, Malati is telling us this time that um, 1121, 1122, 1123, he was not able to handle it, and that he conducted research and that he was not able to, to look at that. Now, to find out how to do that. But you can see, does it mean that you have to have a replica example so that you will be able to understand it. You know, it's another paradigm that students already usually would like to do, but let's not. It's not always the. It's not always the thing. Okay, it's not always the thing. And the thing is that whatever we have there could not be part of the example, but is there something here that says about a summation of a process at a um, particular floor? Okay, let's do that one. Okay, if you can recall seismic. Wala. All right, and I think this is a very nice problem. Okay, this is a very nice problem. Now, I just would like us to see once more, for all columns on the floor. This is very nice. Okay, very nice in a sense that if you are going to look at the building, any building, say for example, if you are right now in the building, or you have your house in the building, a five-story building, do you think you can you how do you perceive the design of the structure by taking a summation of all the forces at a level? Say for example, level 1, level 2, level 3.
Yes, Chen.
About
Patawag na
what
saglit.
about base shear?
Saglit lang kamo.
Base shear is all about at the bottom. It's only at the bottom. So we 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 follow the. I'm just making an analogy. Okay, I'm just making an analogy. But this one can be simple, much more simpler
Ano yan?
than what I have tried to explain. So meaning you have a basement, you have the one floor,
Ano yung mga pinanong
5
Jollibee?
floors, and that the
Kukunin mo lang.
base shear
Tatlong board.
correspond to the
Ang
Sa yung dalawa.
entire
Tapos hapalain
Ako magabayad ng lahat.
Jollibee, para ka naman
base
grabe niyan.
shears for all the columns.
Lagi ko may gusto nito, ikaw magano nito, hindi yung
Hindi, ano
papautos mo.
gusto?
Gusto mo, bakit pag gusto ko ba?
So,
Ito na naman eh. Order ka, di mo kayang anuhan eh.
you try, I think the best, you try putting this one.
Buhay ko. Alam, may ginagawa.
Try putting this one as
Nakalagay.
one. I think it would just
Tatlo
could
yan.
it be just the same the
Kukunin mo
way
na lang
we
yan.
did it in our example last meeting. Now what about this? Not
Kalahati lang
considered
sa akin.
sway, okay? For when the frame is not considered sway. So the sway there, the sway. Okay. Let me again. Okay, analysis. I would like you to please look at this. Okay. I would like you to become autonomous here, because you are developing your project. Okay, you can imagine developing your own project, but all those things are just here. So what I'm saying right now is that you don't have to go far. Okay, you don't have to go far. A lot of the articulation that you are going to write in your design manuscript are just here. okay, are just here. Okay, I hope you're doing your, I hope you're doing your STAAD now or whatever. Okay, so when you have your STAAD, the more it would be easier for you so that you can
Ano pa,
have
magkano pa kulang
the
yan?
other side
Ay, 2,000.
is
Sabi ko,
the
1,000.
computer,
Hindi ka mabili,
and the
Yossi?
other side
Para
now,
bukas? Hindi na?
you're going to start solving and showing a manual design, manual design, a manual design of manual design of that.
Babalik ko rin
A
sa'yo
part
yan
of
bukas.
your
Ano mo yung
presentation
bayad bukas?
is that you're going to submit manual design, okay? So I hope you can innovate on that, okay? I would like you to check on this, Malate, okay? Thank you, Malate. What else?
Okay po, sir. Thank you po.
Yeah, I just would like to, I know you can do more. Thank you also, Malate. Thank you for bringing that up because you can see if we are going to translate all of those things that I just have, I just have to do and give it to you, and you don't do anything. I'm afraid that at the end of the semester, you will not be learning anything because sabi nga natin, hindi ka batak eh. Hindi ka nag-solving ngayon. Na nangyari sa inyo, sabi nga ninyo na hindi ko na-solve. It was nice, okay? But at the end of the rope, okay? Sabi nga na yung at the end of the way you think through it, anong pwedeng gawin? Okay? Anong pwedeng gawin? Thus, how do we analyze it? Okay, how do we analyze it? So this is a very good example. I would like to do. This is basically under analysis of sway frames. These sway frames, and by that, I suggest that you would open up space for thinking about all this thing. Because it's just there. Just there. And I hope you can. So, okay, I just have to open another container for this, for you. Okay, but I have checked all the examples, and this is a very good example also. Hope that you are able to look at this. For what? 11 point. No, it's on the other one. Okay. I have checked a lot of examples in here. Okay, in the two uh, fences. Okay, this is 11.7 and biaxial. Okay, biaxial. Biaxial. I hope that you have done this, okay? Without my prodding, okay? Without telling me, okay, please study this, okay? As I've said, in the end, what's gonna happen is that, okay, I can just give a lot of lectures, a lot of examples, doing some examples, and I think when I see it, I do not know if you can learn without doing, okay? So although I can be a lot doing some checking. To me, it's alright. Okay, to me, it's alright. That I just want. Okay, I just want that you yourself. You can have. We can have ecosystem of students learning how to solve. You never can learn if you have not said, hindi ko na-solve yun. I think that's the start. Pag sinabi mong hindi na-solve, in your mind, may kukulang eh, parang may something yata. Paano ba to?
Ah, CR.
Okay, ang
Tapos
tanong,
300.
How would-
Sabihin ko lang. Lagi kong dito. Paglabas na.
from the canvas that I have, and I think most of them are quizzes. But I think if I just have to do quizzes with you and will not give you assignment, I think there's a gap here that I see. What about the student? Okay, let us go back then here. Okay, you're talking about MUX. If this is your M, this is your X, you rotate MUX. Okay, MUX. You can see for civil engineering problems, you can see the building is so huge, but the time that we have to study that is like this. Okay. Now, if you are using software, of course, hindi mo na makikita to. Software na yun. Diba? So, hindi mo na makikita na ganyan yung ginawa ni Saad, ni Eta, ni Sap, robot, napakadami. No? Procon, Prota structure, there are myriads of computer programs. But the best thing is that we have it controlled. We know how does it behave, okay? Paano siya nag-behave during seismic excitation. So it can be there, can be there. Then na-drawing na natin yun several times. Or can also be here. Okay, I'm going to draw that. Okay, it's here, okay? It can be like this. Literally, it's like that, okay? It's like that. So MUX around a particular coordinate system, MUY, because that is your line. Okay, so that's clear, huh? That's clear. So, what I would like to share with you is that how it's gotten, okay? How it is gotten. Now, this one is just okay, and I would like you to do that. Assume trial session. I think this one is manageable, but I would like us to go further here. 11.7. Okay. If you have, for example, done your design manuscript, I would like you to please use wrestler. I'll repeat, use this for design of columns. If design of columns. If your building suffers by axial loading, but it's you as an engineer. Okay? It's you as an engineer. Okay, it's you as an engineer who will say that my building will be subjected to both moment around x and y axis. So this one is, for example, 16-inch square column. And how much is that? Okay, I'll just 16 times 25. Say, for example, this one is 400 by 400. Okay. and that this one is 28 KSI. You don't have to, because it's you just use it and ask later, okay? Uh, you actually have this anyway. You have this. I gave you this one. This one is um, white, okay? And what about number 8? Number 8 is 29 actually, but we don't have 29 mm in the Philippines. I would like you to use 30 mm, okay? 30 mm. Anyway, you don't have to worry about that one. In our quiz, I'll be the one to say it's 30, 32, or whatever. And this one is, I would say, 413.70 or 420 megapascals. And do not forget putting this one, okay? And this one is wrong. So, okay, now I think you know how to do this. Okay, what's my calculation here? Not so much time. I think I have to apply solution. For a while. Okay. So you have, for example, that 116 minus 75, for example, and over 16. So that's why you have 0.69. Okay? Okay, I think that is just easy to do. That is just easy to do. What I would like to and rho g, of course, rho g is equal to 8 multiplied by how many numbers? 8 is number of rebars and area of rebars. Now in our case, in our assessment, I just have to say 30 mm, for example. And the HG there, I would like you to do a bar, for example, A30, just have to do 5 over 4, then 30, okay? 30, then squared, okay? And of course, PD, okay, PD, because that's 400 by 400 mm. And you have that, okay? And you have this. And this is what I would like to teach you, okay? Okay, I'll repeat. You know how to do this, okay? EH, I think you know how to do this, okay? Given that, or my dear students, if this one is not given, for example, you have this. You can do that because in one of the examples that we have here is that e of x is given. But what if it's not given? What if it's not given? It's not given, okay? You can see that. It's not given. Okay? So I think I'm giving you a lot of those things that could happen. What I can just give you e of x, e of y directly. But what if it's not given? So if it's not given, you have to do this. Okay? So you can do that. Okay, you can do that. Okay, m over pu. But notice, be careful about if that is x, notice that this is y. Okay? Notice that this is y. Okay, but don't memorize that. Okay, what I'm saying is that how does it how do we get that one from here? So don't memorize it, understand it. Okay, it's x. Okay, let's go back there so that you simply don't memorize but you understand. Okay, what about this? You are taking e of x. Okay, so what moment are you taking? Can you see that? If you are taking e of x, okay, you are taking that one that you're taking. So, I think it's just easy there. So this is now what we have to do. The next is how do we get how do we get this? Um, you can solve this one. Okay, we are done solving this. We are done solving this. But how do we do this? That's the question. Okay, that's the question. Because this is by action, and if you will be solving P sub n in that P sub n, I think it's quite long. Okay, you need to. But here, okay, what does it say here? A9 uh, figure A9A, figure A9A, you will get this one 1.30 because you will be taking P and X. Question basically of basic question of Malate earlier. Okay, how do we get that? But that one is quite summarized in one level. How do we get PN? Okay, how do we get PN? Okay, and notice that um, this one is 0.69. So meaning you need to get 0.60 in 0.70. And what we're going to do is later on, after we have taken the numbers, okay, the numbers for this, the next thing that we have to do is to interpolate that. Okay, so I'll repeat. You need two graphs. Okay, two graphs. Okay, two graphs. So what are these graphs? A dot 9, A. A dot 9, A. A dot 9A. So this is A dot 9A. See that? The first E sub h, it stays there in our calculation, it's 0.33. So what you're going to do, I would like you to do this. So you have to create a line, a radial line. It could be here. If this is 0.35, okay, okay. So I think that's so there you are. I would like to, perhaps this one is 0.35. Okay, then let's have another of this. Okay, so this radial, we're going to plot 0.33. Okay, 0.33. Now, why are we using graph? Because it's much simpler. Okay, rather than doing all those things. Okay, and you're going to determine Pn sub x, Pn sub y. Okay, for that biaxial loading. Okay. Change that. I'll make it blue so that we have something to. Okay, so for me, 0.33 could be here. If this is 0.35, 0.30, or maybe here. Did you get that? Okay, I'll repeat. Where are we? I think I need to separate this one for a while. 1, 1, 2, 4.
Kurang ba?
1124 to 1125. Tawa pala. Because track 1124 to 1125. Okay, for a while, so okay, now I'd like to separate this to two pages because I would like you during our quiz on we have a lot of pages. Okay, now you can see if the students cannot take the quiz, we have a lot of pieces already. Okay, and that cannot be okay. Okay, uh, that cannot be okay for you because you lack those assessments. Okay, so I think that point 7. Okay, so we have this. Okay, I'll repeat. We have solved this 0.69 already, which is the ratio of the inside inside length, okay, inside length of the bars minus the concrete cover plus half of the distance to the centroid of the bars multiplied by 2 divided by the dimension of where you are taking. Okay, you are taking the gamma. Okay, the gamma. So you can do that fairly well. There's no problem with that. There's no problem with Rochi because uh, 8 multiplied by 30 times by 30 mm as area, then divide by 400 by 400. You will result the same thing because I just have it take in mm. Okay, so whether it's in mm or not, because this one is unitless, you have the same answer. Okay, now said, what if e sub x is not given? So you have to look at eccentricity is the ratio of m the moment in the action node. So then you can have this. Now the next thing in the line is that how to determine this. Because we need the PM. Okay, the question is we need the PM. Okay,
Sabi ka dyan,
we
babanatan.
need this. Okay, the next thing that you have to do to again, this one is 0.02. Okay, our rho g is 0.024. You look at that one. Rho g is 0.0247. Okay, 0.0247. Now, what we are seeing here is that you have 0.02, 0.03. So if that is 0.01, this one 0.01. Am I right? Let me do that. Let me do that. This one is 0.01, 0.02, 0.03. Is that correct? So 0.03. So meaning, can we plot it here? 0.02, 0.03. So it's here. So can you follow? If not, please ask question. So this one is 0.02, 0.03, but our rho is 0.024. So I would say it's somewhere here. It's somewhere here. Is that right? 0.024 maybe somewhere here. Did you get that? Any question? Lang, pag nagawa na ninyo yon, wala na eh. Lang to eh. Ito, lahat to. Compute, ito, wala na to eh. Yan no? Ito yung tanong ni Malate, no? Yun nga lang yung summation. Just think out of the box, perhaps. Okay? What about this? Okay, so pag nakuha mo to, wala na eh. Tapos na yung kwento. Actually, sa lahat ng mga problems, tignan mo rin kung saan tayo nahirapan. Lahat naman to may procedure eh. So, yan. It's only formula. We just have to repeat the same. E sub y, E sub y, pataas, di ba? E sub y, yung iikot sa kanya, yung MUX, di ba? So, L by PUL sub y. So, madali, no? So, paano na yung 1.3? So, rho G, ulitin natin, ay 0.0247. Siguro, our exam din, I would like you to have at least 4. Kung 0.025, siguro okay lang din, no? 4. Huwag niyong kalimutan, 4 digits tayo, mga kasama. 4 digits, ha? Digits, okay? 4 digits tayo dyan. And another assessment, no? Repeat, rho G mo, 0.0247. So, galing naman tayo mag ano dyan eh. Notice, 0.0247 or 0.025. Ito yung length niya eh, ano, from here to there. So, sabi natin, bakit dito? So, kaya nga, very important na sinasabit ito para makita ko. Pag hindi ka nagsabit nito, hindi ko na po sinicheck. I'll just have to say, you are reserved. Okay? Repeat. Pag nag-solve kayo ng mga column na alam ko kailangan to, sinubmit, I do not check that one anymore. I just have to say you are zero because you did not even show. So to me,
Tingin pa?
ilang tulungan yung
Yung pansit lang pala, no?
sa graph. Hindi na kayong tanong eh. Pero anyway, kung hindi kayo nagtanong, it's okay with me. But I'm telling you, I think we have done four sessions already talking about this graph, and this is our fourth session. And so at the end of the day, we cannot say that we have not tackled this. We have tackled more than, okay? We have tackled more than VO, okay? And this is very important in design, much more that I know you are doing right now, your 5-story building.
Yeah.
So this is what we can do. Whether it's actual design, yung actual design, sabi ng mga kasama natin, malaga sa school, pagdating sa actual, iba raw, hindi po totoo yun. Hindi totoo yun. Saan magagaling yun? Diba? Ang tanong, where are those things that some of the guys in the consultancy will say that a lot of those things really, depende po sa tao yun. Ano ito makikita na eh? Ang tanong, paano mo ma-check na tama o hindi? How do you check? Iba-iba tayo ng pamamagitan. But this one is a very good one. Okay? So, ito yung purpose natin, yung piece of end. Drawing natin ulit. Drawing natin. So, patatamaan mo lang yon. Ito, yon. Patatamaan mo. Ito. So, iangat mo to. So, ito, I'll repeat ito, para malaman mo kung ano to. Ito mismo. Kasi yung example ko, uniaxial eh. So, yung uniaxial is that you do it, K sub n, R sub n, so medyo mahaba. Ito, dalawa. Okay? Pwede naman yung uniaxial, diretsuhin mo rito eh. That's why I said, in your solution, I would like you to submit this. Kasi para makita ko. Ngayon, pagka nakita ko rin na hindi tama yung ginawa mo dito, hindi ko rin sinicheck, hindi tama. Eh, di ba? Kaya nag-check na ako. may nagsubmit naman ito, hindi naman tama. So, I mark him 0. Hindi tama di ba? Hindi tama. So, ganun lang, sir. So, patatamaan natin yon ha? Yung point na yon kung saan, ulitin natin. Ito yung i-overcatch. Ang sabi ng solution natin, yung yan, ay 0.333. Ito po yun, 0.333. Ang tanong, saan ba yung 0.333? Paano mo ba ipa-plot? X, E, ratio of E and the H, okay, H is also this. Tignan mo yan, no? Yan to, oh. Mahirap yung mag-check pala mga kasama. Mahirap mag-check ng papers. Pag walang nakakakuha. Malungkot, no? Malungkot. So, pagka malungkot, ginagawa natin ang paraan na saan ba nagkulang ang student. So, nakita natin na dito sila nagkulang. So, inulit natin. Kahit hindi na kayo nagtanong na, paano ba ganapin yung graph? Okay? Pero sabi nga ni Malate na hindi nakuha yun sa piece of n or whatever na because of the summation of piece of u sa isang floor, summation din ng piece of c so sa isang floor. Di ba piece of c also checks piece of n at this piece of u. Piece of n must be greater than or equal to piece of u. Tama? Piece of n. Are we going to operate on piece of u right away? Or do we still have to translate that into piece of n so that we can compare piece of n to piece of c? Or is it that piece of c is directly compared against piece of u? I'd like you to please review that. Okay? Tulina.
Sir, ask ko lang po about dito sa graph. Di ba sir, na-plot na po itong red, itong blue na lines. After po ba niya, sir, di ba, yun po nung value nung AH na nakuha, di ba?
Yeah.
Sir, ano pa po, ano dito, hinahanap. Pagka-plot mo po dito, ang makukuha value po is nung P sub n ba?
Yes. Ito yung makukuha mo. Ito.
Ano yun, sir? Ano ka po, magla-line ka perpendicular dun sa mismong point? Or may big pa rin po sa origin?
Hindi. It should be parallel. Perpendicular siya dito sa ordinate na ito. I'll repeat. We call this one in our geometry abscissa. Tama ba? Abscissa ang tawag natin dito. Tapos ito ordinate ang tawag natin. So,
Nabawas ba?
Ha?
Nabawas?
Nag-debit lahat ng pera.
Pero nag-balance ka.
Oo, hindi.
what?
Diretso ko kasi balance sa ako. Wala nang naman.
Zero?
4 pesos, 3.
Utang. Paano yun?
Alito ko sa Alman. Pagpupunta ako sa RCD na branch.
Sabi?
Oo, sabi ko sa Mercury. Itang yan, bilis natin na wala naman yung ano. Yung ATM, sabi okay daw, gago.
Dyan ka makukuha.
Oo, direct lang. Gano'n ko dito para ayun dito.
Ano yan?
Gamo. Masaan para ko?
Next thing that you have to do, Padulina, is that once you are done here, is that number 1 is of edge. Number 2, what part, where is this? Because all of this is are curves for rho g. You can see that this is rho g. Okay? And that is up to 0.05. Now, our computation for rho G is 0.0224. So what do we intend to do now is that, meaning it's more than 0.02. So it can threshold at this point. Okay? So that's number two. Number three is that you are going to plot it now. So how do you plot it? How do you plot it is that we're going to have another a line like this. Put that one there. That. Did you get that one, Padulina?
Tingin ko, hindi ngayon makukuha yun eh. Tingin ko ilang days pa yan. Tingin ko lang ha.
Sir, mag-rely pa rin po tayo doon sa na-compute na raw bago po ulit tayo magkaroon
Of
ng
course.
lines dito.
Of course, because without that, we never know. We never know. Ang tanong, Tagalogin ko ha, kunwari ito, sabi dito 0.02. Ito naman 0.03. Ang nakuha mo 0.024 eh. Ang tanong, itong mga to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, curves po yan ng rho G. Pero, depende doon sa E sub h, epsilon and h, and also fs over fy. Fs, ito yung mga fs over fy eh, yan o, yan. Pero, hindi natin siya ginamit dito eh. Ang ginamit natin dito sa computation, ito lang o, at saka to. At saka, ito, Padulina, 0.69. So, ang ginamit natin, kasi wala namang gamma na diretsong 0.69, 0.6, di ba? Kaya, ang gagamitin mo, dalawang graph. So, isang 0.6, wala namang 0.70, 0.70, 0.75 na. Notice na A9 dash A9A, A dash 9A, A dash 9B. So now, the next thing that we have to do is to determine where is 0.033. So, to me, so that somehow it's exact, not exact, I would like to have one of this first. And how do you do that? I would like you to start it from your origin. If from your origin, you have to radiate it to where it is parallel to this. Okay? And after that, ito, technical lang naman kasi tignan mo if I'm not going to put this one as my baseline, parang mahirapan ako mag-determine kung saan yung 0.35. No? Parang mahirap para sa akin. So, bakit tayo magpapakahirap? Pwede naman mag-ground drawing ulit. So, you can do another one like what I did here. So, to me, this is 0.33. Okay? Ngayon, pagkatapos nyo,
Ano ba?
yung 0.22 naman ay ipa-plot mo. Ipa-plot mo siya dito.
Ayoko. Ginagawa ko.
Nyo, ipa-plot mo siya doon sa radiation. Ito yung ipa-plot mo siya along dito. Ito po yung nag-define. Kita mo kung gaano kagaling yung gumawa ng graph. I-define mo siya dito, bro. You can see how they got this, okay? So, that's how I think, no? That's how I think na dyan siya. So, tingnan natin. 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5. Tingnan natin ang sagot. Ito yung sagot niya eh. Nangopya siya sa akin. Nangopya siya sa akin. Halimbawa, patuloy ko. Please na.
Ay, mama yan. Hiram mo muna. Hiram mo muna kay mama yan.
Okay, alam ko na naiyakan. Great.
Another question po, yung importance po ng pagkuha ng E sub y tapos e sub x, di ba minsan po given lang is e sub x. Tapos,
Yes.
like po doon sa quiz po ba yun? Nung
Yeah.
given lang ang e sub y. Eh di ba sir, important din ng e sub x na kunin?
Yes. Pero ito yung example natin, if that is not given. For a while.
Magdamit ka ha.
Okay. Actually, the moment you ask question and you share your experience, you really can improve on that. Pag sinabi mo na ako, hindi ko nakuha yan. It's alright kasi from my part also, I will give you another chance to do it. Okay? Think about it more. So, question ni Padalina, ito po yan, Padalina. Pagka hindi given, syempre, kung hindi given, ito given dapat. Kasi paano mo isosolve? Or else, I will require you to perform structural analysis. Depende yon sa problem. Pero kung minsan, ang kailangan lang naman natin I just would like to know na alam mo kung paano gawin yon pag-design. Structural analysis, tapos na tayo dun Pero there can be times that I can ask you structural analysis. Pero bibihira po yun. Bibihira po. No? So kung if is of x na given, lahat given yun. Given naman, ganito yung approach. Pero kung given yun, diretso ka na, over edge na kaagad. Mabilis lang. No? Kung saan ka, yung is of x yung is of x, doon ka rin sa kung nasaan yung x, kung nasaan yung x, di ba? Kung saan yung y, pag ganun yung y, hindi yun yung gagamitin natin. Okay, ito kasi 400 by 402 Ulitin natin. The example is square. Now, what if that is rectangular? So you have to this is x, papunta sa taas is of y. Papunta dito is of x. So, di ka malilito, no? Di ka malilito. Okay? So, yung sabi niya 1.40. So, tingnan natin mga kasama. 1.40. So, gamma natin 0.75. Then, okay. Tingnan natin. Naman tayo sa kabila. Pala, can you do this one just like what I'm doing right now? Nagawa ba ninyo ito? Yung ginagawa ko sa PDF. Can you do this one in the PDF? Or kailangan mo na ninyong i-print ito saka kayo mag-ano?
Kailangan po i-download, sir.
Ganun. Hindi ba ninyo kaya yung pinagkagawa ko na i-comment mo na lang? Gaganon dito. Pwede yun. Para mabilis na lang. Can you do it?
Sir, pwede po siya i-screenshot sa Facebook gawin.
Ay, print screen po.
Oo. Pero PDF diretso, hindi. Kagaya nitong ginagawa ko, hindi pwede. Hindi pwede ang mess. You try.
Okay, sir.
Napakaganda nitong course natin no? Kasi ito lang na panahon na kita ninyo, sabi ko yung design is extend na. Lahat ng panahon may klase tayo. Sa lahat ng panahon na yon, twice tayo nagkaklase simula ng umpisa. I think 2 o 3 beses pa lang tayo. 2 beses pa lang tayo nagkwentuhan about manuscript. So notice na lahat ng ginagawa natin, puro lecture ng paano pag-solve, puro lecture tayo which I never did before. Kasi akala ko, lang namang students can really just do it. But I noticed not. So, I think, to me, kita ko lang na kailangan kayo ma-engage sa assignment. Hindi pa naman huli Hindi pa naman huli kasi nabigyan ko kayo ng 3 assignment sa midterm So I think okay tayo, engage kayo, dapat seryoso sa paggawa ng assignment. Kasi kung minsan yun na rin din yung binibigay kong mga quiz. So, assignment, kung minsan 10% lang yan eh. Ang tanong, assignment kasi na binibigay natin, yun yung magbigay sa'yo ng confidence na magawa mo yung quiz. Kaya napaka-importante po ng assignment. Noong una, di ako masyadong nagbibigay ng assignment. Alam niya yata yung mga kasama natin for di masyado kasi inisip ko nga na pag sinabi ko na pakigawa ko ninyo yung example. Pero nakita ko hindi nagawa kagaya sa steel namin. Nakuha ko rin na I do not know, no, na students can be